Welcome, Commander. Skirmish is a classic RTS experience where you can fight against AI opponents. In this 6-part video series, we'll be covering the general flow of a skirmish match, how to work as part of a cooperative team, and improve your skills as you fight to defeat expert AI. So what does skirmish mode entail? There are multiple maps ranging from a head-to-head one-on-one to the huge chaotic 4 versus 4 to battle on. So if a one-on-one sounds scary, fill up your roster with AI comrades in arms to fight alongside you. As you fight the AI, you'll notice they will duck behind cover when you open fire on them. They'll try to flank your squads in order to negate your cover bonuses. They'll seek protections inside of buildings, and even breach them, just like a real player. And it's all done on the fly, meaning that it works in custom maps too. Skirmish is a great way to try all the factions and battle groups in the game. Discover your playstyle, your favorite units and abilities, plan your strategies and hone your tactics at your own pace. You will start with a headquarters and a single squad. From here, you can begin to build your first structure to produce more units and send them to capture territory. The more territory you own, the more resources you get. But the enemy commander will also be doing the same, which means conflict can happen within the first 2 minutes. Win your battles and you'll hold territory. Lose them, then ensure your squads get out alive using the retreat command. Once they return to base, you can patch up those wounds and reinforce to full strength. When you return back out into the field, you may have the advantage against squads who have yet to return to base. To help hold important territory, utilize heavy machine guns to suppress and eventually pin incoming infantry squads. Use supporting infantry to focus on enemies which are the most exposed. This kind of area control can act as covering fire for mainline infantry squads, allowing them to take more favourable positions or disengage without fully retreating. Beware though, the AI is also keen to use heavy machine guns. You can avoid them, flank them and get a well-placed grenade off. Use snipers to pressure the machine gun crew to move. Or the safest option, a mortar, which can bombard the crew to blind them, preventing them from seeing targets to suppress. As the match progresses into the mid-game, light vehicles may appear challenging a commander without anti-vehicle countermeasures. There are numerous ways to counter vehicles, and it's up to you to figure out your response. Every army has access to multiple anti-tank weaponry as you advance in technology, such as the standard anti-tank gun. Or you could rely on your battle group choices, such as paratroopers with M9 bazookas, or the LG-40 recoilless launcher. Each countermeasure has its advantages and disadvantages, which we will explore later on in the series. Once we reach the later stages of a battle, it's at this point you will have reached enough command points to get access to the heaviest hitting abilities of your battle group choice, like devastating airstrikes, or an anti-tank emplacement with extremely high range and power. If you're interested in heavy metal, this is where you can see the big tanks duel it out, or a collision of Allied and Axis tank platoons. If you've managed to keep your units alive through the early and mid-game, they will have gained veterancy. The bonuses provided by their experiences of war will prove useful in closing out the match. Victory will depend on either annihilating the enemy base or reducing their VPs to 0 by holding the most victory points. You may have used the tactical pause in the single-player campaign. This feature is also available in the single-player skirmish. Give yourself the time you need to plan your assaults or tactically reposition to more favorable ground. React to threats and avoid those grenades tossed your way. Tactical pause is the perfect utility that enhances both the tactics and strategical elements of the game. Now, if you're new to Company of Heroes and are feeling overwhelmed, then don't worry, keep it simple. Company of Heroes is grounded in reality, so your guess can be pretty accurate as to how units will perform. Squads with slow-firing rifles are better at long range. Faster-firing weapons tend to be better at short range. Height advantage is extremely favorable. Everyone takes less damage if they're behind cover, but only if they're on the right side of that cover. Flamethrowers really hurt people inside of buildings. Your small vehicle probably won't win against that big one. And that big tank with a longer barrel will probably be better than your tank with a smaller barrel. Mines are never good to step on, and minesweepers do exactly what they sound like they do. So don't worry about figuring out every possible unit counter, because Company of Heroes is dynamic. Take your best guess and enjoy the cinematic action. For more information, visit community.companyofheroes.com to join the co-development and provide feedback directly to Relic. If you'd like to talk strategy, then come along to the official Company of Heroes Discord. Good luck on the battlefield, Commander. My name's Anuki, signing off.